एवरीवन, वेलकम बैक टू आवर यूट्यूब चैनल। आज हम डिस्कस करेंगे, हम कैग के बारे में डिस्कस करेंगे कि ये क्या है और क्या इसके फंक्शंस है और क्या इन्हें अथॉरिटी दी गई है। Unacademy UPSC Championship 2.0 has already started and they are providing you with all India free mock test series under UPSC CSE Prelims 2020 to 21 Paper 1 JS. You will also get a chance to meet a UPSC CSE 2019 toppers, top Unacademy educators, and a subscription scholarship also along with this. And this was conducted on 30th August, September, 13th September, 20th September, and 27th September. And you can enroll now. So you can just mark this date, 27th September, and you can enroll now for this UPSC Championship 2.0. Now, as we know that we have 10 days left, so we need to complete our preparation of UPSC CSE 2020 with Academy. So if you want to brush up some of your concepts or you want to revise or clear your doubts, then you can enroll for UPSC CSE 2020 with Unacademy. Now this one subscription has unlimited benefits, like you can learn from your home, unlimited access to all courses, top educators on one platform, full syllabus coverage, double doubt clearing session, live test series, study material will be provided to you in PDF format so that you don't need to write anything, answer writing session that will be done under our mentor and guidance of our mentors. Now, this is also one-stop solution for complete UPSC CSE preparation. We have structured batches with top educators, batches in Hindi, English, bilingual, late night as well as 2-year batches, full syllabus coverage, vast range of optional prelims test series with evaluation main test series. We have daily current affair practice also, essay and answer writing practice, performance analysis, sectional quizzes. Along with that, we are also providing you with interview preparation, which is very essential for every UPSC aspirant. So an interview will basically guide about how interview questions will be asked to you. So you can enroll for this UPSC CSE preparation. Now, as we know, the UPSC CSE preparation batch courses has already started from 21st September 2020. We have 4 batches. The first batch is in bilingual, Hindi, English, both will be spoken, and it will be the medium of instruction. And the second batch is Hindi incompletely, and the study material is provided in Hindi. The third batch is in English completely, and we have third UPSC CSE 2022 batch also that will be in English, so it will be conducted. So we have 4 batches that are going on side by side. Then we have ultimate revision booster prelims batch course, and the ultimate revision booster will be in prelims 2020, which will be bilingual, and the another one will be Hindi, and you can enroll for it now, which is completely free from 6th September onwards to 30th September 2020, and we have free live classes from Monday to Friday along with all the sectional quizzes. Now, if you subscribe for our channel now, you will get 10% off. You just need to apply this code and get your subscription under Unacademy. Now, as we know, we have daily 20 current affair practice test series free, that is completely with this package, and it will be provided to you on 7:30 p.m. daily, 20 questions, 20 minutes, and it will consist of 40 marks. And you will also get your just analysis, in which your correct answers will be in green and your incorrect will be in red, and you will get your percentile with toppers, your class, and yourself also. So it will really help you to focus on the main current affairs also. So now if you really like our channel, then you can join on YouTube, Telegram, and Facebook. So let's start our topic. So basically, the Constitution of India under Article 148 basically tried to provide an independence office for this CAG and the head of the Indian Audit and Accounts Department. Basically, he is the head who is given this opportunity, and he is a guardian of all the public purse, and he controls the entire financial system of our country, both at the central and the state level. His duty is also to uphold the Constitution of India and the laws of Parliament in the field of financial administration. Now, the reason why Dr. Ambedkar said that CAG is very important officer under the Constitution of India, because he is one of the bulwark of the democratic system of Government of India, and the others are being the Supreme Court, Election Commission, and UPSC. Now let's talk about the appointment and terms. So basically the CAG is appointed by the President of India by a warrant under his hand and seal, and the CAG before taking his office makes and subscribes before the President an oath or an affirmation. Now basically he tries to, one, it bears the true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of India. It upholds the sovereignty and integrity of a country, and to duly the faithful and do its best in ability, knowledge, judgment, performance, and the perform its all duties in office without the fear or favor, affection or ill will. Now it tries to also uphold the Constitution and the laws. He holds the office for a period of 6 years and up to the age of 65 years, and whichever is earlier. He can resign at any point of time from his office by addressing his resignation letter to the president. He can also be removed by president on the same grounds and the same manner as a judge of the Supreme Court. In other words, basically it means that he can be removed by president on the basis of a resolution that needs to be passed to the effect by both the houses of parliament to the special majority, either on the ground of proof of misbehavior or incapacity. Now let's talk about the independence. So he is provided with security of tenure, and he can be removed by president only in accordance to the procedure that has been actually mentioned in a constitution. Therefore, he does not hold his office till the pleasure of president, though he is appointed by him. He is not eligible for further office either under government of India or any state if he ceases to hold his office. His salary and other service conditions are basically all determined by the parliament. His salary is equal to that of a judge of a Supreme Court. Neither his salary nor his rights in respect to leave his absence, pension, or the age can be altered to his disadvantage after his appointment. And the condition of service of person is serving in the Indian Audit Account Department, and the administrative powers of CAG are basically prescribed by a president after the consultation with the CAG. And the administrative expenses of the office of CAG, including all salary, allowances, pension of persons serving in that office, are all charged upon the Consolidated Fund of India, and they are not subjected to the vote of Parliament. Further, no minister can represent the CAG in Parliament of both houses. No minister can be called upon to take any responsibility for any actions done by him. Now, what are the duties and power? Basically, the Constitution under Article 149 basically gives some of the, it actually authorizes the Parliament to prescribe the duty and powers of CAG in relation to the accounts of the Union and of the state and of any other authority or body. Accordingly, the Parliament basically enacted the CAG's Duty, Powers and Condition of Services Act under 1971. Now, this act was basically amended in 1976 to the separate accounts from audit in the central government. Now, what are the duties and functions that are laid by the Parliament of the and the Constitution are basically he audits the account that is relating all to the public expenditure by from the Consolidated Fund of India. Now, the Consolidated Fund from each state and the Consolidated Fund from each union territory having a legislative assembly. He also audits all the expenditure from the Contingency Fund of India and the Public Account of India, as well as the Contingency Fund of each state and the Public Account of each state. He also tries to audit all training, manufacturing, profit, loss accounts, balance sheets, and other subsidiary accounts kept under any department of the central government and the state government. He audits the receipts and expenditure of the center, and each state needs to satisfy himself that the rules and procedures in that behalf are designed to secure an effective check on the assessment, collection, and proper allocation of revenue. Now, along with that, he also audits the receipt and expenditure in the form, like first, that all bodies and authorities substantially are financed by the central and the state revenues, and second is the government company, and third are the corporation and bodies whenever required by related laws. He tries to audit all the transactions of the central and state governments that are relating to debit, sinking funds, deposits, advantages, suspense of accounts, remittance of business. He also audits the receipts, stock accounts, and other with the approval of president. or whenever that is required by the president. He tries to audit the accounts of any other authority when requested by president or the governor, for example the audit of local bodies. He tries to advise the president with regard for the prescription of form in which the accounts of the center and the state shall be kept under Article 150. He submits his audit reports relating to the accounts of center to president, which shall be in turn placed to them both in the House of Parliament under Article 151. Now the ninth function is basically he tries to submit the audit reports relating to the accounts of the center to president, which shall in turn place before both of the houses under Article 151. He submits his audit reports that are relating to the accounts to state and the governor, which shall basically place before the state legislature in Article 151. He ascertains and certifies the net proceeds of any tax or duty under Article 279. The certificate is final, and the net proceed basically means the proceeds of tax and the duty minus the cost of the collection. He tries to act as a guide, friend, and philosopher of Public Accounts Committee of the Parliament, and then he compiles and maintains the account of state government. And in 1976, he was relieved of his responsibility with regard to compilation and maintenance of accounts of central government due to separation of account from audit, that is the departmentalization of accounts. Now the CAG basically submits, there are three types of report to president. One, the audit report on appropriation accounts, the audit report on finance accounts, and on public undertaking. Now the president lays these reports before both the houses of parliament, and after that the public accounts committee tries to examine them and reports its finding to the parliament. Now the appropriation acts to compare the actual expenditure with the expenditure sanctioned by the parliament through the appropriation act, while the finance accounts shall basically try to show the annual receipts and disbursements of the union government. Now, what is the role of CAG? Now, the role of CAG is uphold in the Constitution of India that all the laws of government in the field of financial administration, the accountability of the executive to the parliament in the sphere of financial administration is basically secured to the audit reports and the CAG. And the CAG is an agent of parliament and conducts the audit of expenditure on the behalf of parliament. Therefore, he is responsible only to the parliament. So the CAG has a more freedom with regard to the audit of expenditure than with regard to audit of receipts, stores, and stocks. Whereas in relation to the expenditure, he decides the scope of audit and the frames his own audit codes and manual, and he has to proceed with the approval for the executive government in relation to his rules of conduct of the other audits. Now the CAG has to ascertain whether the money shown in the accounts is having been disbursed was legally available for applicable to the service or the purpose to which they have been applied, and whether the expenditure conforms to the authority that governs it. In addition to this, basically the regulatory audit and the CAG can also conduct the propriety audit, and he can also look into the wisdom, faithfulness, economy of the country, expenditure, and comment on the wastefulness or extravaganza of such expenditure. However, we can also see that unlike all the legal and regulatory audit, which is obligatory on the part of CAG, the propriety audit is discretionary. Now, the Secret Service expenditures is a limitation on auditing role of CAG. In this regard, the CAG cannot call for the particulars of expenditure incurred by the executive agencies, but has to accept a certificate from the competent administrative authority that the expenditure has been incurred under this authority. Now, the Constitution of India tries to visualize the CAG as to be to fulfilling the role of auditor general, not only of just of the CAG. And in respect the CAG, we can see that India differs totally from the CAG of Britain, who has the powers of both the auditor and the both their powers, and in the Britain the executive can draw money from the public by from the public funds only with the approval of CAG. Now, what are the CAG and their corporation? Now, the role first that some corporation are audited totally and directly by them, like Damodar Valley Corporation, Oil and ONGC, Air India, Indian Airlines, and others. And some other corporation are audited by private professional auditors who are appointed by central government with the consultation with the CAG. If necessary, the CAG can also conduct the supplementary audit also, like example of Central Warehousing Corporation, Industrial Finance Corporation, and others. Now, some other corporations are totally subjected to private audit, and in other words, we can say the audit is done exclusively by private professional auditors, and the CAG does not come into the picture of all. They submit their annual reports and the accounts directly to the parliament. Like the examples we can talk about, the Life Insurance Corporation of India, Reserve Bank of India, State Bank of India, Food Corporation of India, and others. Now, the role of CAG in the auditing of the government company is also very limited, and they are audited by private auditors who are appointed by the government on the advice of CAG. The CAG can also like undertake the supplementary audits and the test audits of some of the companies. In 1968, an audit board was basically established as a part of Office of CAG to associate outside the specialists and the experts to handle the technical aspects of audit of the specialized enterprises like engineering, iron, steel, chemicals, and so on. Now, this board was basically established on the recommendation of Administrative Reform Commission of India, and it consists of chairman and two members that was appointed by CAG. Now let's talk about the criticism. Now Paul has also criticized in two reports of Indian administration, and it was very critical the role of CAG, and he attacked the significance of his work. Like he also suggested that the CAG should be relieved of responsibility of audit. He recommended abolition of the office of CAG. He points out criticism at Indian audit law. First, that the function of CAG in India is in large measure an inheritance from the colonial rule, and the CAG today's primary cause of widespread and paralyzing the unwillingness to decide and to act, and auditing has a repressive and negative influence. The parliament has a greatly exaggerated notion of importance of auditing and the parliamentary responsibility, and so has failed to basically define the functions of CAG as the constitution contemplated it would. Now, the CAG's function is not only really a very important one, but the auditors don't know and cannot be how much they know very much about good administration. Their prestige is high with others who don't know much about administration. Now, auditors know what is auditing and which is not administration. It is necessary a highly pedestrian function with a narrow perspective and a very limited usefulness. Now, the sixth point, he pointed out that a deputy secretary in the department knows more about the problem department than the CAG and his entire staff. So we have finished our whole topic in CAG, and we have also discussed the criticism. So if you really like my video, you can like, subscribe, share, and do comment. Thank you.